What's good, my boy? I'm in between sets right now, and I've been thinking about this little perspective for a couple days now. And I watched this thing from this Cal Newport guy, the one who does the digital minimalism and the deep work. I've only read part of the digital minimalism, but I saw him advertising this new book, which I haven't read yet, called Slow Productivity. And it's like an answer against this whole modern hustle culture. Cram as many fucking hours in the day as possible, dude. And it's a lot more of a healthy perspective, and it makes a lot of sense whenever you think about the examples given in the argument for it. Now, we all know what productivity is. We see clips from people being like, I micromanage every 15 minutes in my day to see small discrepancies, and then I erased them out. And just pure grind, pure hustle, pure fucking going for the gold. That's what you gotta do, dog, if you want to make some fucking change and put it in your pocketbook. But what Cal Newport talks about, I sound like fucking Cartman, Cal Newport talks about is some of the greatest minds we've ever, that people that we look up to and admire from the past. Some of the great Renaissance painters, some of the greatest scientists ever, greatest playwrights, greatest writers, some of the greatest fucking people, athletes, practice slow productivity. And the premise is, I guess the best description that I could give is a story that I really connected with a long time ago when I read this book about Leonardo da Vinci by Walter Isaacson. And he described Da Vinci working on the Mona Lisa for like 14 plus years, adding small strokes to what it finally was in its final product. And it's like so many of us get caught up that we have to work 16 hours a day for this one fucking thing, and we got to sit behind the screen and get locked in, nicotine, caffeine, fucking ready to go. And the greatest fucking works from some of the greatest minds took years. They would work on it for a little bit, and then they'd go do something else, and they would do something that so many people forget about nowadays, which is they would live life. Now, I'm not trying to contradict anybody's beliefs and systems of living. If you feel good working a lot of hours, I tend to work a majority of the hours of the day. I like to stay productive. But I also value time to either just sit to learn something, to connect with a fucking family member, which so many people like undervalue nowadays on this hustle culture shit. It's a new way of thinking of things where, well, it's not really new. It's been around for fucking thousands of years. It's what all the greatest fucking people did. And it really, the way Cal Newport talked about it, put it into a perspective for me, but it's something I've been thinking about for a while. Because I'm a general contractor, and I built homes. And whenever I got into it, I was really deep in the self-improvement, grind out, online entrepreneur, gotta get going, gotta do this, gotta do that, fucking 20 coffees a day, just like Andrew Tate says, and all this stupid fucking shit whenever I was more immature. And while building houses, I'm like, I try to instill that same work ethic, thinking it would impress my superiors and my mentor. And all it did was get me a chastising from them telling me to take pride in my work, slow down, stop fucking shit up, and focus. And not everything has to be a rush. Now, with that was balance, because there is a time for fast production. Whenever I'm framing in a house, or whenever we're putting shingles on, or whenever we're doing certain drywall things, there are spaces where you can get fast and efficient. But there's certain things, like if you're building a set of fucking cabinets, or you're building a piece of furniture, or you're doing finish work, you want to take your time and carefully put the pieces together and carefully cut in your paint so you don't have to fucking tape it off. And there's so many things where you want to take your time. And that balance between the two and understanding of the balance is lost for the most part nowadays, with so many people describing their workflows getting behind a fucking laptop and working at something for like 16 hours straight. Only time you take a break is to take a shit and drink some more coffee, and you don't eat until 6 p.m. and then you finally come out of your fucking cave and then you can rest. It's like, that type of lifestyle is not for me, bro. And if it's for you, then there you go. But this is just another perspective, this whole slow productivity thing, to really truly realize we get influenced so easily by these fucking people who have things that we desire, and we allow their desires to penetrate our mind and become our desires, and it makes us miserable, because then we end up doing things that we never truly wanted to embark on in the first place. We just listen to them explain quick fixes to our problems that we didn't even fucking have. And we got to truly not allow them to penetrate this space right here. You must be constantly aware of what you truly want. Do what you truly want to do. If you find it fulfilling to play video games all day, which, because of my beliefs, I have a hard time seeing, but I know that there's a small minority out there that does find that fulfilling, and that's what you got to pursue. For me, I've explained it 100 times in my videos. I got 3 main things that I want to combine into one and produce it into something people can consume and learn from, which is my paintings, my music, and my building. And I haven't freed up the time to do so yet, to be able to show all of those while also doing them, because there's an element of having to entertain while you're doing your things, and I don't have the time for that yet. But I'm locked in, and I know what the fuck I want. I have this, it sounds cringy and gay, but I have this idea of being a Renaissance man, and that being a true possibility for you, where you don't have to niche down. You don't have to choose between one thing and buckle down and grind. You can live your life like a Joe Rogan or like a Da Vinci, and live life through your curiosities and allow that to be your compass and guide you into doing what you want and what you desire truly in this world. And that's my passion, to do that and show it to other people, not just to entertain them, but to educate and inspire them to do the same. And we have to fight this poison, because some of these people are saying shit that makes a lot of sense. They're saying shit that really is true, it's beneficial, but then they're also layering in a layer upon layer of their own beliefs and their own things that they like, and we, instead of taking it with a grain of salt and using our biases, our own opinions, we forget all that and we latch on to the fucking newest person that we're addicted to binge watching nowadays. And we gotta fight against that. And see, we've been programmed to be so extremist that whenever we say we want to try to fight against the penetration of their ideas and their thoughts, we'll dismiss them completely. And that's the only way we can do it. Full fucking dopamine detox. Throw your fucking phone in the garbage. All this bullshit, when there is a possibility for balance. There is a possibility to take the meat and leave the bones from these people. See, in the past, if you watch my videos, there's a gradual shift. There's a start where I'm full in watching these people and agreeing what they're saying and regurgitating this shit back to people. Then there's a shift where I break away from it all and have my own opinions and kind of fucking shit on them and talk shit about another man, which I don't think I should be doing. And I try my best not to do it nowadays. And then now I've kind of evolved into where I've found a certain balance between the two. And that's why I've been so interested in this slow productivity thing, is I've never seen Cal Newport he's successful because he kind of speaks against all the things people talk about so much nowadays. He's kind of got like this fucking Ted Kaczynski energy of like just being in your cabin, just fucking grinding it out with no electricity or phone, which I don't know if that's truly his thing. I believe he has a balance between this, but you got to quit seeing your favorite influencer be like, hey dude, coffee's bad for you, hey dude, this is bad for you, this is bad for you, and you fucking quit it because you take everything they say. You gotta evaluate it with your own thing and be like, well, maybe I could try cutting that out, or maybe I'm just gonna keep doing it because it's what I like to do. That's the mindset you have to have. Do things because you like to do it. And don't be so hyper focused on competition and people around you. Do it through your own intuition and taste, and just pursue the things that you like at your own pace. You don't have to fucking compete with the dude that lives in Miami, Florida, and goes on all these podcasts and blah, 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 and look at my rollie. You don't have to do that, bro. You can have peace and calm of mind. It's like Goggins. Motherfucker Goggins talks about these mental aid stations. He's one of the biggest hustle productivity people, but I love him because he also speaks to balance. He speaks about mental aid stations and these small breaks throughout the day and living life, and there's a time to chill and there's a time to fucking grind. He talks about the balance as well, and it all just comes down to balance and self-evaluation, not evaluation through comparing yourself to what somebody else is doing, but through your own brain. Chase paper, enjoy nature, my boy. Have a good one.